Coach Shastri. www.thehindu.com. Coach Shastri yesterday, 10:05 p.m. Ravi Shastri's appointment as the Indian cricket team's head coach was a foregone conclusion ever since the strained equation between skipper Virat Kohli and the then coach Anil Kumble forced the latter to resign. Kohli has always had a comfortable working relationship with Shastri, who was the team director from 2014 to mid-2018, a phase during which India emerged as the number one test team besides qualifying for the 2015 World Cup semi-final in Australia. Yet, the manner in which the latest transition was effected has left much bitterness. It raises the question whether a captain should have such overwhelming influence in picking the team's coach. There is no doubting that it was Kohli's view that prevailed on who should be out of the reckoning and who in. This does not reflect well on the three parties involved in picking the coach: the Board of Control for Cricket in India, the Committee of Administrators, and the Cricket Advisory Committee featuring eminent former players such as Sachin Tendulkar, Sourav Ganguly, and VVS Laxman. With Shastri billed as the favourite, a seemingly token selection procedure was undertaken, with Virender Sehwag being one of the candidates to have been interviewed on Monday. Subsequently, it was stated that the CAC would check with Kohli, but the COA stepped in on Tuesday and ordered an immediate announcement. What started as speculation on the wires, followed by a denial, became a fact when a BCCI mail arrived in the inboxes of cricket correspondents at 10:58 p.m. The manner of Shastri's appointment does appear odd, but there is no denying his credentials. His commentary stints tend to overshadow his days as a doughty cricketer, when he excelled as a promoted opener and a tight left-arm spinner. A former India captain, he has tested hundreds across the globe, including one in the West Indies, a mighty force during his playing days in the 1980s. He is an astute thinker of the game and, most importantly, it helps that he has Kohli's confidence. For now, it is heartening that Shastri has among his support cast Rahul Dravid and Zaheer Khan as batting and bowling consultants, respectively. Dravid is a legend and Zaheer has always been a fine mentor to young bowlers. It is good that the trio got a contract till the 2019 World Cup in England, as it will allow better strategizing. India embarks on an overseas season later this month with a tour of Sri Lanka and another of South Africa towards the year end. Having got his way in the appointment of the coach, there will be immense pressure on Kohli to deliver, both as a player and as the captain. The road ahead is a challenging one, and it is time to end the whisper campaign against Kumble unleashed by sections of the team and the BCCI. Comments: visit website. Sorrowful song. www.thehindu.com. Sorrowful song. Yesterday, 10:04 p.m. Assam's Bihu Geet songs celebrate the many colors of the Brahmaputra and its life-sustaining character, with stirring renditions by Bhupen Hazarika in praise of the grit of its people in their most challenging moment when the river turns furious during the monsoon and floods the plains. That season is once again upon the state, and the death toll has crossed 40 lakhs have been put of their normal stride, with tens of thousands displaced from their homes. The deluge has circled vast parts of the Kaziranga National Park, dispersing its wildlife into towns. There are dramatic images of a rhinoceros walking through the streets. A return to normality must now await abatement of the rising waters, and the drafting of a comprehensive relief plan by the Assam government with help from the centre and the specialized units of the disaster response forces. Yet, short-term measures can have no lasting impact on the Brahmaputra's course each year, as several factors influence its tendency to overrun its banks in the June-July season. Studies done after the 2012 floods, which affected some 2.3 million people, show that the river's course from the Himalayan ranges has been bringing lots of sediment, raising its bed above the level of the plains. The Brahmaputra has the second highest sediment transport per unit of drainage area in the world. With aberrant climate and intensive monsoonal flows, flooding poses a major challenge. A forest official watches a one-horned rhino wade through flooded water in Kaziranga National Park in Kaziranga. As of July 12, 2017, the National Reserve was about 75% underwater, leaving some animals dead and forcing some to move to nearby higher lands, reported PTI. A forest guard walks past a riding point submerged in flooded Kaziranga. Authorities are patrolling for poachers as rhinoceros, deer and buffalo move to higher ground to escape floods inundating an Indian preserve. People look on as a wild elephant crosses a road near the flood-affected Kaziranga National Park. Animals have begun to migrate towards the Karbi Anglong Hills crossing the National Highway 37. Hog deer swim to cross flood waters in. According to the Center for Wildlife Rehabilitation and Conservation (CWRC), 9 hog deer were rescued from the park on July 11, out of which 3 were released back into the wild. Members of the Center for Wildlife Rehabilitation and Conservation (CWRC) team rescue a hog deer from a house at Maithonati Estate Marketplace at the flooded Kaziranga in Assam on Tuesday. Indian one-horned rhinoceros take shelter floodwaters on higher land at Kaziranga. Currently, the Brahmaputra is flowing above the danger mark at Nimatighut in Jorhat, Tezpur in Sonitpur, along with Dibrugarh, Goalpara and Dhubri towns. Indian forest officials talk with forest guards at a flooded anti-poaching camp in Kaziranga. The park authorities have flown in drones to ensure security of animals in the park, particularly the famed one-horned rhinoceros. Authorities are running 208 relief camps and distribution centers in 16 districts, where 48,483 people are currently taking shelter. Across the state, 82,315 animals and poultry have been affected by the floodwaters. The annual floods assume significance for the ecology of the national park. Although it causes woes for the animals, the park needs to be flooded every year as floods wash away the unwanted weeds, and it is very vital for the ecosystem of the park, experts tell AIMS. Assam receives a massive amount of rain every year, and an estimated average of 230 centimeters is recorded in the Brahmaputra basin. Combined with the characteristics of the river, it enters the state as a single channel but has a wide, braided course later and shrinks near Guwahati before expanding again. Such high precipitation produces aggressive floodwaters. Its course has been studied extensively after the 2012 floods, providing insights into how remote sensing can help identify the most vulnerable areas and where remedial measures could work most effectively. Considering that the Assam elections in 2016 were strongly centered on environmental concerns, and the BJP-led government in the state has earlier spoken against big dams, getting a scientific understanding of the flooding phenomenon to inform policy is vital. On the ground, previous attempts at finding solutions appear to suffer from lack of attention to longer-term measures, such as better river management. The focus of civil society has been confined to immediate relief and rehabilitation. The government, on its part, must go beyond the necessary restoration of infrastructure such as embankments, bridges, buildings and communication structures. Relief measures will have to sensitively handle the tensions around identity conflicts between those claiming ethnicity vis-a-vis settled Bengalis. Also, Kaziranga needs better protection. Several wild animals have died in the floods, bringing back memories of the dreadful losses of 2012, when over 500 hog deer, 19 rhinos and 22 samba perished. Comments. Visit website.